Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The Commission on Elections will be random testing poll ballots next week. Comelec Commissioner George Garcia says this is to ensure transparency ahead of the May elections. Election lawyer Romulo Macalintal had urged the Comelec to do random ballot inspections. Election watchdogs have been complaining about not being able to observe the actual printing of the ballots. And as fuel prices continue to climb, presidential aspirant and Senator Manny Pacquiao says the 200 peso monthly subsidy for poor households is not enough. Pacquiao has urged the government to allot more budget for the proposed monthly subsidy. President Duterte recently opted not to suspend fuel excise taxes in favor of subsidies to help the poorest of the poor with expenses as oil prices continue to spike.
200 pesos a month? A month? Huwag mo lang ibigay. Ako nga 1,000 binibigay ko eh. Pero hindi naman kung lang yan lang yung kaya ng budget ng ating gobyerno, bakit hindi? Pero kung may pundo naman ating gobyerno, pwede naman lakihan.
Vice Presidential Bet Sara Duterte has secured support from Pasay City officials. Pasay Congressman Tony Calixto called on his constituents to vote for the Davao City Mayor during her campaign sortie at the Cuneta Astrodome earlier today. City Mayor Emmy Calixto Rubiano also vouched for Mayor Sara. Sara Duterte's Lakas CMD party said around 10,000 people attended the campaign event.
Siguradong sumusuporta at susuportahan kayo ng mga taga-Pasay. Tama ba? Alam niyo po, si Mayor Inday Sara ay napakasipag. Meron po siyang puso para sa masa.
We'll be back with more stories after this quick break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Motorists continue to look for ways to save on gas after 11 straight weeks of oil price hikes. Marian Enriquez lists down tips in this report.
With 11 straight weeks of oil price hikes, fuel in this gasoline station in Manila now goes as high as 77 pesos per liter. But this is already considered cheap. It can cost as high as 90 pesos in other cities. That's why some motorists are now desperate for ways to save up on gas. But how exactly do you do that? Jason Tulio, Assistant Managing Editor of Top Gear Philippines, says the first tip is to make sure that your vehicle is well maintained.
If something's wrong with the engine or the tires or the suspension, maaring mapuwersa yung makina at mahirapan siyang tumakbo, and that results in consuming more fuel.
Tulio also pointed out the importance of having the right tire pressure.
Tires are designed to run at optimum efficiency with a certain level of air inside the car. Pag tumatakbo kasi yung kotse, syempre yung nakakontak sa sahig ay yung gulong. So it has to do with the amount of surface area na nakaano sa gulong. Honestly, it's quite complicated.
The expert says that it also helps to carry only light baggages and to refrain from going too fast.
You step confidently but gently. You use as much power as you need without using too much. Another thing is iwasan natin yung tinatawag nilang idling, yung naka-on lang yung sasakyan habang hindi umaandar.
But another way to enjoy being in a car without worrying about crude costs as much? Carpooling. Jello is fond of carpooling and says it has lots of benefits.
For example, kahit a minimum magkaroon ka ng 3 passengers, that's 300 one way. So pag pauwi ka, most likely meron ka rin kasabay dyan pauwi, depende sa schedule mo. So that's 600 per day. So usually yun na yung pwede mong gawin na panggas mo.
As spike in fuel prices is showing no signs of slowing down, it surely won't hurt to follow these tips to save up on a few pesos. For News 5, Marian Enriquez, we are One News.
Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. President Duterte has decided to retain excise taxes on fuel. Instead, the government is planning to roll out a 200 peso monthly subsidy to the poorest of the poor. Socio-Economic Planning Secretary Carl Chua says that hiking wages and fares could push inflation up by 1.4%. Chua warns that if that happens, the prices of basic commodities in the market, as well as interest rates of loans, will also increase. And summer is officially here. Pag-asa has declared the end of the northeast monsoon or amihan, paving the way for the start of the dry season. The State Weather Bureau advises the public to take precautionary measures such as staying hydrated to minimize heat stress. For more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.
Nung tumating, nadaanan namin eh. Ay ano siya eh, inabutan niya kami.
To make the latter us.
Parang